Hi, Social Studies. This is Adriana going over the lesson for May 18th through the 22nd. So for this week, it is focusing on World War I and Texas from the Globalization unit. Now, I know that there's a lot of other units such as Great Depression and World War II, but I decided because of the current situation and also to start embedding some of the KUD concepts of next year's. So this week is just on World War One. It's focusing on political, economic, and social effects in Texas. So this is the breakdown. Here are the resources for this week. I do want to let you know that these resources have been broken down into pieces in the Explore and Learn practice and the accommodated. So in here you have a vocabulary preview. So this week's activity in the vocabulary is a Quizlet link as well. And just to let you know, this week's words are just 6 words: World War One, Zimmerman telegram, propaganda, urbanization, patriotism, rationing. And so the students will use 3 words from the vocabulary Quizlet set to write a short paragraph, and they would insert it right here. So that is Monday. On Monday, they're going to start learning about World War One. What I decided to add was a background, an opportunity for background information about World War One before going into how it impacted Texas. So what I have included here is a very short video. How did World War One start? And then it goes into how the U.S. was involved in World War One. There is a Nocella article here, 550 Lexile level. What I also put here, as well as the 7th grade resources, is I converted these 2 YouTube videos into Edpuzzle, and it includes notes in between the video that explains the purpose of World War One and how it impacted the U.S. So this is starting the background of World War One before we start talking about how it impacted Texas. Tuesday focuses on how it did impact Texas. So they would watch this short video and answer these 2 questions. Why did the U.S. enter World War I? And what was the role of Texas in World War I? On Tuesday as well, students will click on the map to view a larger version. So when they click on it, they see a larger view on the map. And this map is basically showing the different training facilities that were created or used during that time. And so the students will analyze this and answer these questions. How did the military training camps affect the cities nearby, which should be urbanization? And then they will decide what 4 training camp military reservation airfield are near San Antonio to practice those skills, how to read a map. On Tuesday, still focusing on the political characteristics of World War One and Texas, there are 4 links of 4 San Antonio military bases. So they're going to pick 1 military base. If you would like for them to do 2, you could just edit. And they will do a web quest on this website. And then they're going to fill out what was the name of the military base they researched, what was the purpose or branch, if it was Army, Navy, or more than that, what was one interesting discovery, and how do you think this base helped during World War One, if it has that information. So that's Tuesday, and that concludes Tuesday. On Wednesday is World War One propaganda, because it continues the political and economic effects of World War One and Texas. So these 3 posters, I put them on this slide so students can view it. And it has captions. It focuses on the victory bonds, and it focuses on the rationing, and also how to support not only rationing but also patriotism in the country. The students would analyze these three pictures. And then in the next slide, it has a reading about World War One propaganda and its impact it had on the country. I have two readings here, an 860 Lexile and a 600 Lexile. I suggest you adjust it to according to your class needs or students' needs. And then the students would answer these questions. Why were these types of posters important during World War One, which they can get from the reading? And what did these posters encourage American citizens to do? So that concludes Wednesday. On Thursday focuses on the economic effects of World War One and Texas. So I created this diagram just to have a general overview before going into the specific or smaller concepts of the economic effects of World War One and Texas. So we already talked about propaganda, how it was helpful for the support at home. Now the focus is growth of industry, how it increased jobs. Also, women started to work and minorities, how did it affect them? So what I've included here is a website about the women's role during World War One, and the students are going to look at this even though the website talks about all women's role in the United States, it also affects what was going on in Texas. And so students would write here, type in here what roles or jobs that they have, and then they would make a conclusion. How did World War One change the role of the woman? Which was, it went from being at home to actually be in the workforce because the men were out in war. Then we switch to the last part, which is German Texans and discrimination back home. They would watch this short video and read and make a conclusion of how did World War One impact German Texas at home because of what was going on in Europe. And then what were some forms of discrimination they faced? And they can just list two. If you'd like to add more, you can change this as well. And this focuses on the social effects of World War One and Texas. On Friday is a quizzes. So here I have added 10 questions. They would have to review all the slides starting from Monday, including the Quizlet set, to the background of World War One, all the way to Thursday. So as you can see, it has a question about what started World War One, how U.S. got involved, how it impacted Texas, also some questions regarding the map, questions about propaganda, also how World War One impacted the role of women back home, how employment increased, and also Germans what they faced, and how it helped the Texas economy. So this is the regular slideshow. I've also added some two extension opportunities, an advertisement opportunity that can be done digitally and students can upload their work here, or a blog or video blog. And I put here that they would research the role of women in the military today and back then. What I would add is on the red, just to add what specific tools you want your students to use. Could be a Flipgrid, a regular video, or even Screencastify Submit. So this is a slideshow for next week. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me or contact any of the ISTs. Have a great day. Bye.